Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is break down psychological, emotional, self improvement, self help related audios in a discernible fashion on a daily basis, usually, so as to make the world a better place and hopefully help you. If you are looking to stand out, step out, and own your life, then getting a coach is a great way to do that. If you want to work with me, then feel free. A couple ways to reach out. You can do so through Twitter at PO Perception, or you can go to the About Me section of this particular YouTube page. My website is there. You can check that out and see if we're a good fit. Discounts available for YouTube users. In any event, we're going to look at kind of what does it take, what do the best people in the world do? The best in their industry, the best in the most notable, the most famous, the most successful. What do they do? And the first, there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things I wrote down here. First is they trust their gut instinct. They understand that their internal instincts, whether they're spiritual, whether they believe in the god or goddess, whether they believe in the universe, no matter what they believe in, they understand that their instincts are more likely to lead them correct than lead them wrong. They stay away from becoming overly emotional and follow instincts first. They trust their gut instinct because they know that throughout history, their instincts usually lead them to what's right for them. It doesn't necessarily mean that everything goes according to plan. It also doesn't mean that they don't have stumbling blocks upon occasion, but the reality that they can make changes from a meaningful way and pivot based on that tiebreaker of the gut instinct is super important to them. The next thing that most of them will do is they begin to understand that fear is the absence of faith. In other words, when they begin to get into a place where they're afraid of what's coming next, they're afraid of that they don't know what to do, they push past that and go, what have I done in similar situations? What could I do instead? Where can I change my focus? What do I have control over? Where do I feel strongest so I can go back there and gain some reserve? They understand that fear is just at itself an emotion. It is a primal emotion, it's an instinctual emotion, and it has value. But staying there and living there does not have value in the long term. Understanding that breaking patterns of fear is necessary to be successful is essential to personal and professional growth. The next is they discipline themselves. And I've talked about this in many other audios, but discipline means doing it when you don't want to, doing it despite your emotional state, doing it when it feels hard, doing it when you have a million excuses not to. Discipline is the realization that what I do now matters more to my future than to my moment. There are things that I don't want to do in the moment, but if I do them, A, I don't have to do them later, and B, it's going to get me somewhere closer to where I want to be. If I've decided to do something to begin with, there must have been a benefit to it to begin. The next is they take smart risks. Now, a smart risk sounds like an oxymoron to some people, but a smart risk is a risk that's been researched, where you know that things can go badly, where you know that things can go wrong, but the level of level up, the level of growth, the level of positivity, the level of accomplishment that comes with the risk outweighs that potential for negativity, that potential for something bad going on. And you take the risk based on research, you take the risk based on talking with others that you value, you take the risk based on surveying, for lack of a better term, a lay of the land. You don't necessarily make the decision based on the lay of the land, but you take the risk based on that outlay and that overlay. The next thing is ultimately you can kind of look to making a decision around the idea of manifesting. So the more focused your energy, the more defined your goal, the more you understand the reason and motivation behind what you're doing and why you're doing it, the better you begin to understand yourself in a meaningful way. It doesn't necessarily mean that you never, get to a positive or negative place, or that you never have some degree of challenges. It just means that you begin to understand that your goal, your focus, the way in which you approach the world, the easier and better you're going to be when you take back control of your manifestation power and your focused energy. Realize that everything is energy and energy is everything, and understanding that will lead you in a direction of progress and positivity. The next is your ability to adapt and adjust is one of the central things that you cultivate over a period of time. Meaning, you have multiple plans to get to where you want to be. You have a plan A, a plan B, a plan C. You can easily vacillate between your plans so that you begin to understand that there are more than one ways to get to your goal. As long as you're not harming anybody, how you get there really doesn't matter. As long as there is no intention to do negativity towards another person, getting to the goal matters most. And so your adjustability and your willingness to kind of go, how can I achieve this goal without causing any harm, should be something that you're willing to kind of interact with internally on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. The last one is you take wise counsel and you give wise counsel. You realize that the words of others and the experience of others has value equal to your own. You do not give up on others when they disagree with you right away. Instead, you hear them out and then make an intelligent, educated decision. You seek out those who can cause you to grow, or sometimes force you to grow where you don't want to, and you give counsel to others when it's beneficial, because you understand that there was a point in time that you wanted a mentor. There was a point in time that you wanted support. And the ability to keep the energy flowing and going and the growth of humanity going and growing is directly related to you contributing back what you have received, maybe in different words, maybe in a different way. But the ability to help others should be a central force. So, in any event, I hope this has been helpful. Keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Till next time, everybody.